Welcome to another episode of Community Updates, where we shine the spotlight on inspiring individuals who have made a difference in our community and beyond. With us today, we're thrilled to have Dr. Denise Daley, a distinguished biochemist specializing in natural products research, a pharmacognosist, herbal and nutrition consultant, and a passionate philanthropist. Dr. Daley brings a wealth of experience from her work with institutions like UWI Mona, UTech Jamaica, and her companies Nazari R&M Company Limited, as well as Nazari Personalized Wellness right here in Nova Scotia. We'll be talking about herbal medicine, nutrition, and how natural approaches are contributing to healthier lifestyles in our communities. So let's get right into it. Welcome, Dr. Daley.
Thank you so much for having me.
Can you tell us a little bit about your journey into biochemistry and the natural product research world?
Definitely. As a child, I loved being outdoors. I loved cooking, so I was always behind my grandmother outside in the garden or in the kitchen. And then with my mom, I was always helping to prepare different meals and making it look nutritious and beautiful. So it was natural that when I went to high school, I went into the sciences and I did food and nutrition. So those two loves have been with me throughout my educational journey. And then going into university, I then decided to do research. It was either medicine or research. And then I just switched last minute to research. But then I never stepped out of that wellness realm. So with that research, I looked at diabetes and the medicinal plants and how do plants impact our health. So that really catapulted me into that way of studies, so to speak.
Right. So the passion is nutrition as well as
herbs and pharmacognosy. That's where we extract the medicinal components, whether it's from the herb or from the food.
Right.
But what bioactive compound do we have in these natural resources? And then how can we then use these foods and herbs for our body? So that's the passion, wellness from natural resources.
Right. So could you help us understand the world of herbal medicine a little bit more? I know for most people, when you hear herbal medicine, the thought is either some shaman in a mountain far, far away. What is herbal medicine?
Herbal medicine, when you think of the term herbal medicine, I want persons to think of it as it's a way in which we can access natural resources from our garden, from our food, to help with our wellness. So these things are growing in our backyards or we're growing them in our farms. But they have benefits beyond just nutrition. And sometimes when you combine these different herbs, you get an enhanced effect. And that's where science comes to bridge the gap, where our grandmothers or our grandfathers in the communities usually say, drink some ginger for your stomach ache. As a scientist, we're now proving, why does ginger work? And what's in ginger that makes it work? So we have to I want persons to think of herbal medicine as a method of proactively helping your body heal and build to a healthier lifestyle.
So proactive health and wellness rather than waiting until there's actually a sickness or a breakdown in the body system.
Definitely. That's one of the best ways in which herbal medicines work. When you are using it proactively, it helps the body to be resilient. You get over the cold and the flu quicker. You build back quicker if there are any cancerous cells that are starting to grow. Your body is more resilient when you have that as a part of your routine.
So how does herbal medicine then compare or complement conventional medicine as we know it today?
Yeah, when we compare herbal medicine, and then I'll speak on how we complement it as well. So in comparison, herbal medicine have been there from the beginning of treating humans for different ailments. In fact, the Materia Medica, the father of medicine, Imhotep, Dioscorides, all these fathers of medicine have used different blends of herbs, different apothecaries to help the body to heal. Now with industrialization, as scientists, we're curious, what is in this plant that makes it work? What is in this herbal blend that makes it work? So with all these instruments, we can now say polyphenols, we can now say anthocyanins, we can now say curcumin is in turmeric.
Right.
And with that, there was the revolutionization where we have pharmaceuticals. So it was that same basis where herbal medicine created that baseline where we could now form pharmaceuticals and have the medications and have the drugs. But with conventional medicine, we don't need to go back to the plant every time. We can just now make it in the lab. We can just change the structure. So that's one way where they're different. Herbal medicine, you're still using the crude, the natural herbs and blends, while conventional, they've extracted it, know the structure, and we can change the structure how best we would like to change it. Now, I believe that when you're looking at the health and wellness of your body to complement. So as I mentioned, herbal medicine has a proactive approach. But if you're in an emergency case, for example, stage 3 cancer, stage 4 cancer, herbs are good, but they may take a longer time to work. Now, we know cancer is vicious, so it may take over your cells faster than how the herbs may work. So I always recommend complementing. If you need to do the surgery, if you need to do chemotherapy, if you need to do any one of these therapies, get those cells out of the body. And then let's look at an approach of recovery, getting the herbal blends in, getting your fruits and vegetables and going through that outpatient routine naturally as possible.
So proactively and also for recuperation.
Yes.
Now, I am wondering if there are any super herbs where there's one herb that fixes 12 things, or one herb that, keeps away 12 different doctors.
Listen, definitely. I have a list of top 10 herbs, but I'll just narrow down to some that we can definitely find here in Nova Scotia or in North America. One click away or a local provider. Moringa. Moringa oleifera, that's one of those miracle herbs, right? And why I place it on the list of you should have moringa at home, it's because it's a natural multivitamin. Not even multivitamin, it's a natural multi-nutrient. Think of all the essential amino acids the body needs. Check, moringa has it. All the essential fatty acids the body needs, the omega-3 and 6, moringa has it. And we're talking about 100 grams, just a little bit. Think of potassium, more than banana, vitamin C, more than oranges, and the calcium. So all the required nutrients the body needs, you can find that in the moringa leaves, in the moringa seed. So you should have some of those. And the research has shown moringa has helped with modulating your blood sugar levels, diabetes, hypertension, cancers, you name it, strengthening the bones, strengthening the hair, strengthening your skin cells. We have seen different cases in which if you are graying, having your moringa tea or supplements 2 to 3 times a day, you're restoring your hair color naturally. So that's one of the herbs I'll definitely say gets in the kitchen. Turmeric. Turmeric, or yellow ginger, sometimes we'll call it in some communities. Turmeric, the research that has been done on turmeric, isolating the active component. Curcumin, the active, that's by far one of the most medicinal from the turmeric plant, has been shown to help with aging, help with apoptosis. That's when you break up or get rid of cancer cells, or anti-proliferation, preventing them from growing. So it helps with that. Diabetes, helping with the blood sugar, blood vessels. So that again is one of those herbs that can keep 10, 12 doctors away.
Wow.
Significant to know though, with curcumin, in order to get as much of it out of the turmeric when you're having it, a dash of black pepper. And we know what, Afro-Caribbean, you know what a dash is, right? We can't tell you how much teaspoon, but roughly it's equivalent to half of 1/8 teaspoon.
Right.
So just a little dash of the black pepper, because black pepper has in piperidine, which helps to pull more curcumin from the turmeric and therefore more medicinal. So it's not just a flavoring in your food, but it's a medicine that's in your food.
Wow.
So definitely add turmeric to the list. You can also boil it with coconut milk or coconut oil, and that also pulls curcumin out.
Very interesting. That definitely confirms to us, that there is a super in the herb for sure. But let's pivot now to your work at Nazari Personalized Wellness. So tell us a bit about what kind of support you provide there.
At Nasari Personalized Wellness, we look at customizing programs. And these programs are all educational based, where we look at how can we help different communities. So one, we help communities in terms of learning about natural resources, whether it's your plants, medicinal plants that are in your backyard, locally available. How do we use them? How do we use them safely? And about nutrition, food and nutrition. So if you have a wellness garden or you have a community garden, what can you plant? What are the benefits beyond the nutrients? How can you prepare the food to ensure that you maintain those nutrients? And also doing workshops and seminars that help you to make products. If you want to make products for your family or make products to sell as an entrepreneur, we teach skincare, how to make soaps, oils, creams, or to just enhance your overall family's health. So that's one aspect that we do. And we also do corporate wellness, where we teach companies how to ensure that their employees are well. So it's not just about showing up and giving them a health card, but to ensure that you provide that environment that they feel safe, they're food secure, and they are also mentally stable and okay coming to work and being in that work environment. So we do both type of commitment to the community as well.
That's very thoughtful. Now, in terms of like integrating this herbal and nutritional education into the healthcare system, you're doing these workshops, right? But how do you feel like it can better be embedded into our educational system? Do you have any thoughts around that?
Definitely. The more we know, the more we can learn, and the more we can then apply. So often persons will avoid using herbs and spices because they're not sure of the taste, the flavor, and how it will impact their medication. What Nazari Personalized Wellness does is to teach the different herbs, and it's all evidence-based, science-validated uses of these herbs. And therefore, you can just modify and tweak some of your dishes. Add a little ginger to some of your smoothies or your teas. And with that, learning about the herbs, learning about your food.
Yeah.
For example, every color that your food has, and we're talking about natural foods, not Fruit Loops, etc. Tomato, pumpkin, sweet potatoes, etc. Every different color is a different type of medicine that your body needs. So the more we know that, the more we can then create a nutritious dish that enhances the health of our body. So that's how I see that we can incorporate these things. And once we know, we can then apply it, which prevents us from reaching to the doctor as often as possible. So that proactive approach, learning and applying the knowledge, and then creating a garden or your own personalized space to help you and your family be healthier.
Do you see this information being able to find itself into the four walls of a proper classroom in our education system in the future?
Yes, and we actually do, because we teach it in the nutrition. When I lecture, I teach it where with each food, there's a phytochemical, there's a phytonutrient, and this provides the nutrients, beyond nutrients that our body needs. I also teach plants for people, where we talk about different medicinal plants and how it impacts people health-wise, food-wise, and how that ecosystem comes together for health and wellness. So there is a space. So if we create it and have more learning opportunities, then we have more people not rushing to the emergency room, but knowing scientifically how they can help their bodies to heal.
Much needed knowledge for this time and day. You are a philanthropist. How does this fit into the world of your health and wellness and all that you do?
Yes, I love helping people. And I think one of the things that came from my grandma, I was always in the community and everyone would come up to her asking for something or asking her to help with something. And then my mother came on doing the same thing within the community. So it was like a natural transition, being an heir or an aid to the community where the need is. So with my knowledge and my experience, I've used the scientific aspect, the wellness aspect to help the community. For example, in food security, how can we provide more nutritious food for persons in the community? I'll help to raise funds for that. I'll help to be with organizations that help to build that up. And not only giving people in the community the fish, but teaching them how to fish.
Right. So in terms of a long-term goal or long-term vision for the communities where you serve, I'm assuming the immigrants, the Afro-Caribbean and other communities, what would be your long-term vision for these communities in terms of health and wellness?
Definitely as naturally as possible. These communities utilizing nature's resources as remedies, as recipes, as naturally as possible. So you should be opening your kitchen, your cupboards to make skincare products. And then you can sell it, make a business out of your creation. You can also open your kitchen to get rid of a cough or cold, or go in your backyard and the plants that can help to heal a cut, a wound, an inflammation. Again, going back to basics, back to Eden, so to speak. Also with that knowledge that science have proven that it's also working and it's correct in the required doses.
With all this knowledge that you have, I bet there are some natural products, organic products around you that you're making. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Definitely. So I do a lot of formulations for nutraceuticals and for cosmeceuticals, skincare. Okay. So currently in Nazari Personalized Wellness, I do a herb, skin and scalp oil. Now this oil is formulated with neem. I'm not sure if you know the neem plant.
I've heard of neem plants.
Yes, top 10. So indigestion for the skin, it is good with dermatophytes. So anything that's causing itching, swelling, redness, acne. That herbal skincare oil was formulated 10 years ago and is still going strong. So we have it available here in Halifax. And with that, we have a turmeric flaxseed soap. Okay. And these formulations come based on clients and based on myself. What do I want for my skin? So we're putting things from your kitchen. So the different oils that make it, we can cook with them. The different herbs, we can have them as tea to create a natural skincare product. So the flaxseed and the herbal skincare oil, that's our top two, but there are tons of formulations for skincare. I
can imagine. So if our viewers wanted to get in touch with you or wanted to see, your product line or just wanted to learn more, where can we find you in the social media space?
Sure. Instagram and Facebook, it's Dr. Denise Daley. And for Nasari Wellness, we're also on Instagram, Nasari Wellness. But you can also email me, drdenisedaily@gmail.com, nasaripwellness@gmail.com. And you can definitely get more information about herbs, nutrition, skincare naturally, and how can we help the community together?
Nasari, you were telling us before the show actually began, the history of that name. Can you just tell us? I think it's a fun fact that people should know.
Yes, definitely. Well, Nasari is actually an acronym for natural, soothing, relaxation. So those two letters for each of the word combined gives Nasari, because that's part of our ethos. Always natural, always soothing, and always relaxation being promoted.
Even just listening to the name, I'm feeling very relaxed.
There you go.
Before we let you go, I have a trick, well, maybe not a trick question, but if you were stuck on a desert island and you had to pick only one herb to go with, with all that you know about the herbs, which one would it be?
Moringa. Oh. I would have food and I would have medicine right in that one herb. Wow. And in the desert, it grows without any other plant or water. It can last for months. This is my perfect herb.
Many reasons why it should be moringa. Dr. Denise Daley, this has been a very enlightening and refreshing time listening to you and learning about the correlation between science and nutrition and health and wellness. Thank you for your time with us today.
You're most welcome. Thank you for having me.
If you'd like to learn more about Dr. Daley's work or connect with her, you can at Nazari Personalized Wellness. And you can find her on her social media handles as she's just expressed. Until next time, keep taking good care of yourselves and of each other. This is Community Update, where every voice matters. See you next time.